Hey everybody. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to install and configure the Kodiflix skin build. And if you've never seen Kodiflix before, it's a custom built skin created by the SchisM Tv group that closely emulates the Netflix look and feel, but it's developed for Kodi. And SchisM, by the way, have closed up shop, so unless you've had the skin installed before, it hasn't been available for quite some time until now. I personally love the skin, and I'll show you how to obtain it and how I use it with my Trakt TV account to make Kodi a very functional and practical and easy to use system. There are no video add-ons included in this build. It's just basically a Kodi skin with a few added program add-ons. I've removed all of the unnecessary bloat from the skin, which makes it a very small download, and before it included also included a very simple wizard that makes it easy to install. If you follow along with the video, you can personalize the setup for your own specific taste using your favorite video add-on. So what you're looking at is Kodiflix. You can create any menu item that you wish. Each menu item has 5 widget rows that can be assigned to each menu item. So you can go from 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 configured here, but it has a total for TV shows. I have a total of 5 rows of widgets. And then I go on to movies. It takes a moment to load the data from my Trakt TV account, but that's what it's doing here. And I'll explain to you exactly what Trakt is, show you how I've configured it, how I modify my menu, and go on from here. So you have 3 rows here. So each menu item that you create, when you create it, you can actually assign widgets to those rows, to those menu items. It's totally up to you. This is such a very configurable skin. It's a configurable setup. You can personalize it to whatever degree you wish, specifically for the content that you like to watch. That's what I love about this skin, and the fact that it imitates Netflix, which everybody is familiar with these days, so it makes it even more understandable. But the greatest thing is that when you use it with your Trakt account like I do, you get some really cool personal return from it. Specifically, I have a row called latest episodes. So for every show I watch, I have the latest, most recent or unwatched episode of any show. I love that. And it's in a Netflix look and feel, so it makes it even easier. So you've got the layout of the show, you've got the title, the little synopsis of the episode, and if there's a number of episodes you haven't watched, all you do is you click into the show that you're looking to watch and go and watch your episodes. So very simple, very easy to use. It's very cool. It's very practical. So I'm going to show you how to install this skin build, and also how to configure it, how to tailor your menus so that you can get the most out of it. And understand that in this video I talk most about TV shows than I do movies, because TV shows is where it's at for the most part. Unless you're the rare individual who never watches any TV, you're gonna be able to use this to watch a few of the series that you watch. And the reason I bring that up too is because movies don't come out like TV shows. They don't come out weekly. There aren't perpetual stories to a movie that comes out. A movie comes out, you watch it, you move on. It's a single story. Whereas for your TV series, you've got episodes that make up the entire series of a show or a season of a show. And if you miss one, you can kind of get out of joint with what's going on in the story. So that to me is the reason why I'm harping on TV shows. So with that, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm showing you what Kodiflix looks like here. This is what we're going to work towards. So I'm going to jump out of this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from a fresh installation of Kodi, and we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down, and I'm going to exit. So it takes about 20 to 30 seconds for Kodi to shut down and exit. And I'll explain to you exactly what trakt is and how I find it very beneficial to use it in this layout here. And there's many approaches to using Kodi. This is not by any means the best or the only one. It's the best for me, and that's what I love about it. That's what's great about Kodi, is you can actually specify what works for you with Kodi and whatever setup you choose to use, and that works. I personally think this is a great approach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the settings, managed our applications, managed install applications, and I'm going to go to the Kodi entry, and I'm going to clear cache, and then I'm going to clear data. Clearing data actually wipes your Kodi completely clean. As with many builds, the best thing to do is to go from a clean installation of Kodi. That ensures you avoid any installation problems as much as possible. So because I've cleaned it up, this is running as if it's running for the first time on the Fire Stick. I have Kodi 17.6. It works with any installation or any 17 version of Kodi, and probably will work with version 18 once that's fully released. So here you have a clean version of Kodi. Nothing's installed. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the middle cog at the very top. That's your settings. And we're going to go to system settings. And we're going to go all the way down to where it says standard and click that twice, changing your setting level to expert. And we're going to go up to add-ons and then over to the right to unknown sources and turn that on. Turning on unknown sources allows us to install third-party add-ons that are not installed by default into Kodi, such as Kodiflix. After that, we're going to go to File Manager, and we're going to add a source. The first source will be http:// .xyz/repo. Alright, once that's in, you can pause the video here and verify that you have the correct address. Once you do that, you go down and name it. I'm going to leave it named repo. It doesn't matter what you name it, as long as you can find it from among any other sources you have in place. I want to precede it with a dot so that it's ordered at the very top. So once you name a file name or anything with a dot, it is already arranged at the top of any list. Yeah, okay, so there is repo. I'm just going to check it, make sure you can see the zip file contained in that location. You can, very good. So you're going to go back. I'm going to go back again. And now we're going to go back. We're going to go down to the word add-ons and click that. And we're going to go up to the open box icon. I'm going to click that. And we're going to install from zip file. I get the notification that the Kodiflix wizard has been installed. Okay, it has been installed, so now we're going to go back and we're going to go to Program Add-ons. I'm going to go and highlight the Kodiflix build wizard. Because we wiped Kodi clean, you don't need to do a fresh start, but you do have the option of doing a fresh start, which will do the same thing as we did using the Fire Stick menu. It will wipe Kodi clean but in this case we've already done it. So we will go to Kodiflix, scan and build for Kodi 17. Click that to begin the download. The Kodiflix skin has been around for a while, and I believe the last version that was released was over 200 megs. So I've pared it down quite a bit to making it a very small download size. And it's a very simple installation and a very easy build once it's installed. It's very easy. Okay, download complete. To ensure all changes are saved, you must now close Kodi, shut Kodi down normally, wait 5 seconds, and then restart. This will make the Kodiflix scan available. It will not be available until you have restarted Kodi. So you can say yes to this. We will now attempt to close Kodi. Would you like to continue? Yes. And you must close Kodi. You can exit cleanly via the menu. Do not have to force close it. So if in fact it doesn't shut down for you, that's okay. I'm just going to show you real quick that you must start Kodi in order to get the new skin installed. So we're going to go back to settings real quick. Go to interface settings. Go to skin and then move over to the right and highlight skin as it says estuary. By default, you'll see here there is no Kodiflix available. You can even try to get more. You're not going to find it. So you have to restart Kodi first in order to get the skin. So let's go ahead and do that. Exit normally, and let's relaunch Kodi. Now when we started up this time, because we installed the build, what is built into the Kodiflix skin build is a auto cleaner. There will be 3 prompts that you will see now start up that come up at the beginning. This is the first prompt, auto exec started, maintenance status. That's just letting you know that there's a file size, or excuse me, a folder size that it's aware of, is taking note of. And then the last prompt is all add-ons enabled. You don't have to wait for those to come by. I'm just letting you know that they run in this build. It's just a way of keeping Kodi running as problem-free as possible, just so you understand what they are. But they come through pretty quickly, whereas before it took a little while for them to get to that point. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to settings. So I went up to the cog in the middle, clicked it, and now we're going to go to interface settings. We're going to go to skin, and then go over to the right, highlight skin again, click it, and there you see Kodiflix TV. This is the skin. It is now available to you. Do you wish to keep this change? Yes. And there you have it. Now you have the Kodiflix skin. Yay! And you have a default menu with nothing else available to you right now. As I said before, there are no video add-ons installed, so you can install any one of the favorite video add-ons you use with Kodi. If you have your own add-on, you can use it as well. I'm going to install one source right now for video add-ons, and we will do that by going to the file manager and then adding source, and the source that we will use will be http:// repo Mr. Blamo. Mr. Blamo has a set of add-ons that I think are really good, and I'm very particular to a couple of them, so we're going to use that. You can use whatever add-on you wish. You can use one from this repo, or you can use one of your own choosing. Alright, it's repo.mrblamo.xyz. Click done. I'm going to name this repo.blamo just for easy identification purposes. Click done. You'll notice that there is already a entry here for named .demi, and that source is demetrology.com/repo. I just bring it up to you because that's actually contained in the build. There are no video add-ons in that repo, but there are some add-ons that we will use. And there's a lot of useful add-ons in there in general for Kodi still. Even though they've gone away from providing video add-ons, that's still a useful source. Okay, so once we've entered .blamo, we're going to go to settings, and we need to install the repo that we just created a source for. And we're going to go to .blamo. Let me back up. So to install the repo, the settings, add-ons, install from zip file. Go to .blamo, and you're going to install repository.blamo-0.1.3.zip. If you're familiar with this repo, you can install whatever you wish. But for the purposes of the video, we're going to install just a couple of video add-ons. Alright, once it's installed, we'll go to install from repository, go to repo, blamo repo, and click it, and we're going to go to video add-ons. Okay, so the two video add-ons we're going to install will be Neptune Rising it's installing some of the dependencies that this add-on works with, so we'll give it a minute. Okay, good. And the next video add-on will be Placenta. Again, you can use whatever add-on you wish. These are two very solid add-ons. I like them and I use them often, and especially with my Trakt account. Not every add-on works quite the same with Trakt, but for the most part they're pretty standard, but some are different. So I choose to use these two. Again, you can use whatever add-ons you're familiar with or prefer. Okay, once they're installed, we're going to go back to Kodi homepage. Alright, so again, what we're going to do is right now is modify this menu. I'm going to show you how to change the menu up. It's pretty simple, and you can do some very clever things with it. Alright, so you modify by going back into settings, skin settings, go to menu, customize home, and on this window you have two columns. You have the column of the menu items that this mirrors, so everything that we saw on the Kodi homepage is mirrored here, and in this column is all the properties for each menu item entry. In this case, videos. I don't have videos that I use with Kodi, so if you have a network or an area where you share videos with family and friends and you play them through Kodi, or your movies or what have you, then this might be useful for you. I only use Kodi for movies and TV shows, not for videos, so this entry doesn't work for me. I'm going to delete it. But I'm going to let you know that in case you are at this point and you make a mistake, you delete something you meant to keep, or you added something you don't know, you just want to start over, what you can do is you can go to the right column and go to the very bottom of the right column, and you can restore your menu items. So this will restore everything back to default in case you make a mistake, and then you can start over. But for me, for now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to remove videos. So I'm going to the circled X button and click that, and that removes that item. Now for me, I like to have TV shows come up first when I start Kodi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to the circled down pointing arrow for movies, and I'm going to download. I'm going to move it down below TV shows. I'm going to go highlight TV shows and go over to the right, and I'm going to remove the action from the menu item because I don't want to click it and have it take me someplace else in Kodi that I won't be using. So I'm going to delete all of the entry that was there. You just hold down the backwards button key on your remote control and it removes everything. And in place, I'm going to put no operation, N-O-O-P. Okay, you can leave the name there. And so now we're going to set up widgets for the TV show's menu item. And at the start of the video, you saw those rows of widgets. Well, right now, what I'm simply doing is selecting arbitrary sections of information to populate those widgets with. So I'm just going to go and choose. Doesn't matter what I choose, just for the sake of the video tutorial. So I'm going to genres, and I'm going to choose action. So for the first row of widgets for TV shows, this will be what populates that row of widgets, this selection of information. So I'm choosing to use this area as the source for my widget. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my cursor to the left side of the A for the word action and delete everything before it. I like it plain language. I already know that I'm using placenta. I don't need placenta listed there. Once that's in, you want to go down to widget style and you want to select fan art. Then I'm going to go to widget number 2, and I'm going to again go to add-on, video add-on, and I'm going to go to placenta again, and I'm going to go to TV shows again. You can actually select any category from any selection you want. You can even put movies under TV shows. Now, I wouldn't advise it because it'd be a little confusing, but you can choose to do it however you wish. This is totally 100% up to you. It's totally configurable to however you wish it to be. So I went to networks and I chose A&E. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to use this selection of information as my widget source. Again, I'm going to use my cursor. I'm going to move it to the left side of the A and click done. And that is my second row of widgets. I'm going to widget style and again select fan art. I'm going to go to widget number 3. Okay, I'm going to go to add-on and again video add-on. And I'm going to placenta. and I'm going to TV shows. So let's see, I will choose new TV shows. Easy. Okay, and I'm going to use the selection of information as the source of my widget. And again, I'm going to move my cursor over to the left side of the word so that I can remove everything before that, so that it's really plain language. And again, go to widget style, and I'm going to go to fan art. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to go to movies now. I'm going to modify the movies menu item, and I'm going to remove the instruction there. So I'm going to go to custom item and hold the back button down to erase everything in there, and put in NOOP for new operation. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the first row of widgets for movies. I go to add-on, video add-ons, and this time I'm going to Neptune Rising. You can go to placenta for both items, menu items. It's totally up to you. Alright, I'm going to go to movies, and I'm going to choose in theaters. Just going to do one row, just so you see how this works. Okay, don't be dismayed if you see no listing there. The information will come up. It just is probably a lot, but it will come up. If this is the selection of information you want to use as a source for your widget, use this area as widget. Click OK on that. And again, just going to move my cursor to the left side of the word. I like a plain language. Click done with that. And I'm going to go to widget style and click fan art. And I'm going to leave it at that for now, just so you get the idea. So once you're done in this section, the menu is being rewritten, and we're going to go back to the Kodi homepage, and now you'll see that you have two new entries, or two modified entries at the top: TV shows and movies. So remember, before, in order to get to your row of widgets, by the way, you go to the menu item and you select the right side of the selection button on your remote control. It takes you right into your widgets. So as you remember, I selected action genre, followed by A&E, followed by new TV shows. So there you have it. It's pretty simple. You can even stop right here and enjoy Kodi and have at it. I'm going to go back to the menu. The way you do that is you go to the beginning of a row of widgets, you click left, it brings up your menu, then you go down to the menu item you wish to view your widgets for, and you go over to the right. For movies, I only selected one row of widgets, and it was just to see what was in theaters. Again, you have 5 rows of widgets per menu item. You can use all 5, you can use just 2, it's totally your choice. I didn't do anything else to the rest of these menu items yet, but time is coming. So what I'm going to do now you know how to modify your menu. You can duplicate the process for as many menu items as you wish to have. I would say, just keep it reasonable to help yourself out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually add my trakt account, because by adding my trakt account, it gives me more control over exactly what I see. For now, we're seeing what those categories within the add-on provided us. Well, I want to see what I like to watch first. So in order to do that, I'm going to go to the add-on that I'm going to connect my trakt account to. I'll show you how to do this. So go to add-ons browser, go to video add-ons, and in this case, placenta. So we're going to go into the add-on itself. I'm going to go to tools. Let me go back and show you this real quick. So In the add-on, there's a movies and there's a TV section. There's a my movies and a my TV shows section. Now, when you go into this, it'll tell you no trakt or IMDb account found. Therefore, you need to connect your trakt or an IMDb account. In this case, I'm going to use trakt. So we're going to go to Tools, and we're going to go to Settings. All right. So now we're into the guts of Placenta, the add-on. And in order to connect our trakt account, we're going to go down to Accounts. Once you have accounts highlighted, you're going to go over to the right and see where it says trakt. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this and it's going to bring up a pop-up. So in order to do this part, you're going to need a computer or a telephone, a mobile device to complete this part. So I'm off screen, but I'm going to input the trakt account that you see, or excuse me, the code that you see there. Each code is unique, therefore once I enter it, you won't be able to enter it. So it doesn't matter that you're seeing the code. What matters is that once I've entered it, I will authorize trakt to use this add-on to display my specific info. Alright. I've entered the code and it took. Alright. So now I'll verify, I'll show you how that works. So we're going to go back one time and we're going to go back up to my TV shows. So when you click it now, it allows you to go inside and you've got a set of options here to choose from. You've got collection, watch list, featured, history, progress, episodes, a TV show list, and an episode list. You can also search for people or whatever category you search on. Alright, so now that we've connected our Kodi add-on to our trakt account, trakt, by the way, is a website that you will go to and create your account at. It's a free website that allows you to take control over what you watch by keeping track of everything you watch. And I'll show you the benefit of that in a minute. So most Kodi users will tell you trakt keeps account of your movies and your TV shows, but what does that really mean? How does that practically benefit you using Kodi? This is what this video is about. So we're going to go back, and we're going to go back again. We're going to go to the Kodi homepage and go up to Settings, and we're going to modify our menu just a little bit more. We're going to go to Settings, Skin Settings, go to Menu, and then Customize Home. Okay, so we have TV shows highlighted and we're going to modify the first row of widgets. I'm only going to do one row just so you get the idea of what happens. So I'm going to modify that row. I went to Add-on, Video Add-on, and I'm going to Placenta. So before, I just arbitrarily picked a section called Action under the Genre menu. This time, I'm going to My TV Shows, because My TV Shows is now connected to my trakt account, and I'm going to select My TV Shows. So I'm going to go to Progress. In this area of Placenta, which is now drawing from my trakt account at trakt.tv.tv, this will be the source of the widget that I use. So I'm going to backspace this all out, and I'm going to put my own descriptor in there. In this case, it's going to be called Latest Episodes. Backspace that. I want all the letters capitalized. I just want that first one. Alright, so episodes. Okay, spelled correctly. Alright, widget style is fan art. That's great. I'm going to change this widget too. I'm going to change it up. I'm gonna go to add-on, video add-on. I'm gonna go to placenta again, and I'm gonna go down to my TV shows once more, and I'm gonna go to collection this time. And I'm going to use this area as a source for my widget number 2. And I'm going to backspace this all out. And I'm going to call it my shows. And I'll leave that, that's fine. Okay, so actually I'm gonna add a 4th widget. I'm gonna add a 4th. You can leave new TV shows, that's useful. And I'm gonna go to add-on one more time, go to video add-on, and I'm gonna go to placenta, going to my TV shows once more, and I'm going to go to watch list. Alright, I'm going to use this as my widget source, and I'm going to move my cursor rather to the left side of the word watch list, and I'm going to click done. Okay, now I'm done. Alright, I'm going to go back. The menu is being written. I'm going to go back one more time, and voila. Now, instead of action, instead of A&E network, I now have the content that I specifically like to watch come up for me. So you create your account at Trakt, you add some items to your collection, you add some TV shows, you add some movies. Now what I've done, and then I connect it to Kodi, and now what I've done using this Kodiflix skin, I can now bring up my exclusive information specifically to what I like to watch. And specifically speaking, the first row is called latest episodes. So any TV show that I've added to my collection that I've begun to watch, Trakt is keeping track of it for me, and now I see what it's doing because every unwatched episode of any show will now show up in my latest episodes. So it tells me which episodes I have next waiting to watch. And that can be for any show that's currently running, any show that's no longer running, or new shows that haven't started yet. And then I have a row called My Shows. So if I miss an episode of The Punisher, let's see here. Okay, so I miss an episode of The Punisher. I can go here and find that missed episode. So say The Punisher has several seasons. My Shows is the place where I can go to view all the seasons of The Punisher and then get to that specific episode that I've missed. That's the way you look at it. This is just episodes. These are all the seasons and all the episodes. This row is new shows, self-explanatory. And this row is called the watch list. So there you have it. This is how you connect your Trakt account to Kodi and have it useful, have it work for you. And I think this is a very cool and great nifty feature to use. So let me explain some other benefits of using Trakt, just so you know. Other than it keeping track of your TV shows and movies, other than it presenting your unwatched episodes to you, another benefit of Trakt is that you can add things to your collection. Once you create your account at the website, you don't have to do it at the website. You can now add and remove items to your from your collection using Kodi. You can actually indicate that you've watched items from Kodi. You can modify your Trakt account information from within Kodi, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video. You can actually, what you can do, say you have 2 or 3 other Fire Sticks in your house. and you want to share the same content among all the other Fire Sticks. Well, now you know how to connect your add-ons to Trakt. Each of those individual Fire Sticks that have a Kodi installation on them, you can share that same information among the other two Fire Sticks. So you can go from watching your show in the living room to the bedroom and be assured that once you've completed watching it, it will be updated in Trakt and reflected on all the Kodi installations that are connected to your Trakt account. That's a benefit. So it's since you don't have cable, say you don't have cable, it's that same principle where you have a DVR that's shared among all the different TVs in the house. Well, in this case, you don't have a DVR, but now you have a Kodi that's connected to a Trakt account, and that same information is shared among all the different Kodi installations. Another benefit is that, say you're out somewhere, you overhear someone talking about a great new show, and you think, hey, I want to try that out. I want to check that out, but you don't have a DVR. So how do you add that? And you're afraid of forgetting. So you can send yourself a text message or an email or something set as a reminder. Or what you can also do, since you're out, you can pull up your Trakt account on your phone. Go to your Trakt account, log in, search out the name of the show that you overheard, find it, and add it to your collection at the website using your mobile device. And then when you come home that night or whenever you turn Kodi on, guess what shows up in your Trakt account? Guess what shows up in your Kodi? That new show. It's just a lot of benefits, and it's very practical. That's something that we wanted to have, that kind of control over our viewing pleasure, but we never really had it. But you do have it a little bit more now. And I love the way Kodiflix presented to you in a format that you're really familiar with, using a Netflix look and feel, but it's designed for Kodi. And you have a little bit of control, a greater measure of control, and it's free. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here. So now that you know how to connect your Trakt account to Kodi, how do you use Kodiflix to present that information to you? It's very practical. You can rehearse the steps you saw me do here for any of the other menu items. I highly recommend that you don't remove a lot, but instead, if you remove them or modify them, what I highly suggest you leaving, if nothing else, are these three items: settings, file manager, and power. Because if you inadvertently remove settings of all of them, the only way for you to get it back is to restore your menu items to default. You'll have to redo everything you did. So I suggested you leave those three, and you can do whatever you wish after that. So I'm going to have another video, companion video, that will explain a little bit further how to use Trakt, how to update your Trakt info, how to add and remove from your collection, how to use the watch list, and also I'm going to explain how to use real-debrid and what it is and why it actually boosts using Kodi. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and hopefully if you haven't used Trakt before, you learned something. Plus you also got a great skin that gives you a look and feel like Netflix, and hopefully you enjoy.